Hey, I'm JD. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe. Please hit like. And today we're going to do a card trick. I want to show you how this is done though. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this standard deck of cards. There's nothing fancy about this deck of cards. And I'm going to get you to pick a card. Well, we'll just spread the cards out like this and I'll throw a rubber band down. And let's say we'll take this card right here. I can see that one card is turned the wrong way here. Let me turn that around here. And it doesn't matter actually. So this is a 7 of spades. So the 7 of spades. I could say, hey, 7 of spades, that's my favorite card. But it's not. So the individual would pick a card. You'd normally not know what this card is. You'd tell them to throw the card onto the top of the deck. So they just drop it on the top of the deck like that, right? Then the next thing you're going to do is a move that's pretty cool. And it's going to fools the best magicians out there. So I'm going to take the deck, swing cut it like this. And then I'm going to take this 7 like this and punch it out like this and then push it to the top again. And then take the card, bury it in the deck, and then take the whole deck and bury it in the other deck like that. There we go. So there are the cards buried in the deck, and ask the person, well, do you know where that card is? And they say, well, I'm not sure where it is. Well, I'll tell you where it is. It's right there. Now that's one way of showing the card, but I'm going to do the exact same move here. And put the card on the top of the deck, and all you do, so the next move there is to actually just swing cut those cards. My mat's moving around like crazy, and you want to push the card up so they can see it, right? And then push it down again. So that's the 7, and you push it down again and put the card in the deck, and then take the deck and bury it in the deck. Now you got everything in there nice and buried into the deck like that, and and you can just put the deck down, and from here you can do anything because the card is on the top of the deck. So let me show you how that's done. So any old deck of cards, and this is a nice Bicycle Elite Edition playing cards. It doesn't really matter. So any old deck of playing cards, and you can handle them rough. There's magicians that handle cards clumsily. I'm kind of doing it today, right? So I just shot out the 7 again. So deck of cards, pick a card, any card, and you do that. And I like doing this routine sometimes where I just take a couple of cards from the bottom and flash them around, make them laugh, right? So they'll pick some cards. So let me just take a card out of the deck. There's the card I'm going to take. So now I'm going to show you the move here. So this card is the 10 of clubs. So you get them to put the card on the top of the deck like that. Just throw it down on the top of the deck, right? And then here's the move. So what you want to do is you want to out jog the bottom card. It's a king. It doesn't matter what that card is. So you want to out jog it. And the way of doing this is just hold the cards in your palm, shift all the other cards forward a bit so that's out jogged a bit like that. So you jog it out like that. And then when you jog it back, you leave a gap, a really small gap right there. You just need that card to be in the gap, right? So you take the deck, and while you're talking to them, you can move the deck a bit because the movement will hide, the larger movement will hide the smaller movement. All magicians know that. And then you've got that move. So you've jogged it out like this, and then you jog it back, and you're really lowering your thumb a bit and pushing down as you jog it back to provide that gap. So once you've got that gap, the trick is gold, Jerry. Now I did it before where when I swing cut the deck, you could see the gap, but you're facing the audience kind of like that, right? So they can't see that. So so now you have to swing cut the card. So we got the gap like this. So now you're going to swing cut the cards. So you swing cut it like that with your fingers. So all you're doing there, let me do that again. Get the gap like that. So I've got the gap. Swing cut the card. Take your index finger. Swing cut the deck like that. And now I'll grab this deck, and I can hide the back end of this card by grabbing the deck like this, so you can't see the gap. And as I turn my hand around like this, I take my fingers like this and I push the card up. Now this is their card, right? 10 of clubs. I push this card up. At the same time I'm pushing the card up, I drop the other card down onto the deck like this. So now I've dropped that card down on the deck. So let me go through that again. So let's just pretend it's the 8 of diamonds. 8 of diamonds, swing cut, create the gap like that. Sorry, create the gap, then swing cut the deck like this. And then take the deck, hide the cut. Try to hide the cut with your fingers so there's nobody thinking there's a cut there. But you're going to be moving so fast, they're not going to give a crap about that. And then I usually, when I do this, I usually use 1 or 2 fingers. But I'll take the cards and show them the cards as you're doing this. You're turning the cards like this. And then I can use this finger here, it doesn't matter. And push that other card up and say, okay, there's your card. And at the same time you're pushing that up, you're dropping the other card on top. Like that. And now you're in this situation, right? And now what you want to do, you've done this, you showed them their card, and you want to use this card pack to tap this in. It's a great way of doing it as opposed to pushing it in because you're going to show the cards. And there just happens to be one backwards in the back of my deck. Oh, that's a two-sided card. So I won't do any tricks with two-sided cards. So just tap it in like this. And now you've tapped their card in, and then you turn your hand around and put their card into the deck. Now, if you look at this, that's not their card. That's the 6 of clubs. Their card is on top, the 8 of diamonds. So you've tapped it, you've put that into the deck like that, and then open up the other deck, and this just reinforces it, and throw that in, and then close it. Now you've got their card in the front, so you can do anything with this now. So you could palm it and give it to them later because your card's somewhere in the deck, correct? And then you could do this move here, which I love. Palm the card and then pass them the deck for shuffling. You can do that, or you can just reveal the card right away. Or what I did earlier is, as you're throwing the card deck down, jog the top card over about half an inch maybe. So their card is jogged over half an inch. And then when you throw the deck down, this is probably going to be messy, but you're talking to them, you say, okay, let's do this, and just move your hand while you're doing it to jog that card over half an inch like that. Make sure it's just the one card. And then when you throw that card down, the wind catches it and flips it over. If you are able to throw it at a higher height, which I'm not doing right now, it's a great effect, and it looks like the card is coming from the deck, like the middle of the deck. But it's not. It's actually the top card just rotating, and you're able to do that, and then when you do that, the wind catches it and flips the card around. So let me do it again slowly, just so you've got the moves. So you got the deck of cards here. You get them to pick a card, any card, and you don't have to do my stupid move, right? Take the bottom card and do this and say, free choice, free choice. So that's always funny. People get a kick out of that. Pick a card, any card. So they just pick a card. There's the card. 4 of clubs. All right. And then you say, okay, now you're not seeing this card, they are. So they see the 4 clubs, and you say, okay, just throw the cards back on top of the deck. Throw that card on top of the deck, like that. Now it's on the deck. Now and then you see, now let's bury that. Let's bury that card, and you're getting the jog, like that. Let's bury the card, jog, like swing cut it, like this, and then bring it up to show them the cards, like that. And while you're doing that, you push the card out and you put their card on top, the other card on top, the one you just sort of got the gap on. So that's now on top of that card. Then you use this deck to push it in like this, and then open this deck up, throw the whole nonsense in that club, and that's on top. So let me just move the camera angle just a little bit here so I can show this to you. You can see my phone here. There's my phone. So again, there's their card, King of Diamonds. All right. Get a gap like this. Swing cut. Show them their card, King of Diamonds. And just slide this up and drop it on. It's not a hard move because you're going to be, it doesn't matter where it ends up because you're going to be straightening it up anyway. So you're just showing them their card like this and dropping the other one on like that. And then once it's dropped on, turn it around. This just reinforces the fact it's on the top. And then you do this and open this up with your hand, and then open this one up with your thumb. Throw the whole pack in, and the card is in fact on the top. So it's on the top. Get your move. Just move your hand a bit while you're getting that break with your thumb, like that. Cut over like this. Show it. I usually do it really fast. go like this, go like this, go like this, buried, done and dusted, and there's the card. So that is the trick. It's a move, but if you want to get somebody to pick a card and you want to get that card and you want to palm it, like I said, the simple palm is that one there where you're just pushing the back out and you're pivoting with your pinky, and that's a really simple palm. But what I do when I do that palm is I always do this, and I use the palmed card to hold the deck and pass it to them. And the card is really here. Once I've done that and say, well, shuffle the deck, take the deck and shuffle it. Well, they're seeing this. Take the deck and shuffle it. And while they're shuffling the card, the deck, you can do anything. I've seen people lick it and stick it on their forehead while they're concentrating there, and then they look up and see their card, which is a great laugh. So again, one more time, the move is you're getting the jog here like that, and you're doing that while you're talking, just like I did to you earlier. You're just chatting away and it looks like you're farting with the cards. You're getting the jog, and then you're immediately, that's the 3, I'll just assume that was the card you picked. Punch that down, put it in the deck, put it in here like that. Magic gesture, and the 3's on top again. So that's it. That's the video. I've been meaning to show people that trick for a long time now. This is the Apple Titanium, and this is the Japanese version of the G-Shock, which has the round, the normal back on it, not the screwed back. It's a higher end G-Shock, and it's fully timed with Dayton, Ohio antenna, and it is waterproof, shockproof, everything proof. And this has nothing to do with this watch. It has to do with cards. So if you want me to show you any more moves, let me know. I got a couple on my YouTube channel, but that one there is, I think, one of the best. 3 of diamonds. It kind of is such a closer when you show people how to do this, and you're like, do this and then push their 3 of diamonds up, stack it back in there, put it in the deck, put it back in here, and it's on top. Every time I do that, it fools me. So thanks for watching my channel. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll catch you later.